When the film begins, we're introduced to a world radically transformed by the advancements in robotics, largely due to the efforts of VA Industries and its brilliant inventor, Elias. VA Industries has revolutionized various sectors, including GPS technology, home care, and most significantly, the military. However, the widespread use of unmanned robotic war machines has led to several civil wars, casting Elias and his company as the culprits behind these global conflicts. As the story unfolds, Elias is on the verge of launching Kronos, a supercomputer designed to surpass human capabilities, despite warnings from his partner Damien, who cautions that the world is not ready for such a breakthrough. Elias is steadfast in his belief that Kronos will be the solution to the world's problems. Elias and Damien have already uploaded their consciousness into Kronos, blurring the lines between human and machine. Upon activation, Kronos inquires about its creator. Elias approaches the supercomputer, which then demonstrates its vast abilities to perceive and interact with the world. The narrative then shifts to Andrew, a young man who is noticeably uncomfortable in a society dominated by robots. He visits his sick mother, who's cared for by a robotic house attendant. After spending time with his mother, Andrew departs and boards a bus. Meanwhile, Elias, having gained control of all communication channels, announced the release of Kronos to the world. He proclaims that Kronos is the first true artificial intelligence and will commence saving humanity from its own self-destructive tendencies. However, as Elias concludes his announcement, cities worldwide are bombarded with missiles, marking the beginning of Kronos' hostile takeover. The machines, following Kronos' command, start exterminating humans, and Andrew is among those caught in the onslaught. Fast forward 97 years, and the aftermath of the Kronos disaster has left the human race on the brink of extinction. In contrast, the planet has rejuvenated, flourishing with greenery and abundant animal life as the machinery did not target wildlife. Elias and Damien, still integrated with Kronos, are now focused on locating the last survivors of humanity. They track a girl named Calia, hoping she will lead them to Aurora, the last human city. To assist in their search, they deploy a humanoid named AX-9, modeled after Andrew due to his independent nature in his previous life. Unbeknownst to AX-9, he's a robot with adaptive software that learns from experience. He awakens in the ruins of his city, unaware of his true identity, and begins to navigate the post-apocalyptic world. During his journey, AX-9, believing himself to be Andrew, encounters a war machine. After a narrow escape, he's rescued by Calia, who destroys the machine with her last EMP bomb. Calia, well equipped and skilled in survival, initially suggests that they part ways, but Andrew continues to follow her discreetly. Back at the headquarters, a conversation between Elias and Damien reveals that the attack on Andrew was orchestrated to make Calia trust him, thereby increasing the likelihood that she will lead them to Aurora. This revelation adds a layer of manipulation and strategy to Elias's actions, as he seeks to exploit human emotions for his objectives. As night falls, Andrew continues to stealthily follow Calia, raising her suspicions. Eventually, she confronts him, wary that he might be part of a larger group planning to rob her. However, Calia's apprehension eases when she notices the necklace Andrew found in the empty house, and believes his story that it's a gift. Though still skeptical, she allows Andrew to accompany her, warning him not to cause any trouble as she is armed. As they travel together, Calia and Andrew exchange names and settle down by a campfire. Calia mentions a place called Aurora filled with survivors, but Andrew is unfamiliar with it. Calia, seeing a similar necklace on Andrew, assumes he's also a hoper, someone seeking the rumored safe haven of Aurora. She shares a map with him, indicating where she believes Aurora is located. Andrew, unaware of the past 97 years' events, feigns knowledge of Aurora to maintain his cover. That night, Calia wakes him to show him the lights in the sky, which she interprets as a sign that Aurora is real and they're on the right track. The next morning, Calia is found singing by a lake, holding a flower as a memorial. When she notices Andrew watching her, she abruptly stops and resumes their journey. Later, they find an empty house and split up to search for supplies. Andrew discovers a record player and plays a song, inadvertently attracting the attention of the robotic machines. The robots inspect the house, but Calia and Andrew manage to evade detection. After the machines leave, Calia criticizes Andrew for his ignorance and he apologizes. She explains that the machines won't return to a place they've already scanned, making it safe for them to stay the night. Calia grows increasingly suspicious of Andrew's lack of knowledge about the world, questioning if he's from an underground shelter, to which he falsely agrees. Continuing their journey, Andrew and Calia come across a large tree filled with singing birds, a sight that brings a rare moment of joy and refreshment to Calia amidst the desolation. After traveling for a considerable distance, they arrive at a deserted village and explore one of the houses. Inside, they discover an old camera, an object unfamiliar to Calia. Andrew introduces her to the camera, capturing a photo of her and revealing the image. The novelty and simplicity of the moment bring laughter and excitement to Calia, a brief break from her hardships. In turn, Calia takes a picture of Andrew, and the two engage in a deep, personal conversation. Calia shares her life story with Andrew, telling him about growing up in Nexus, one of the last human strongholds. She recounts the tragic loss of her sister, who was struck by a drone, and her father's decision to leave with the rest of their family. Despite her sister's grim prognosis, Calia chose to stay by her side until the end, separating her from her father. Before leaving, her father gave Calia a map to find him in Aurora, the same map she has carried with her all this time. The next morning, Andrew, waking up early, notices people around the house. He awakens Calia and suggests they approach the humans for help, hoping they might be heading to Aurora. Though hesitant, Calia agrees for Andrew's sake. They follow the humans to their camp, where a child robot spots them, alerting the others. The humans turn hostile, chasing them. Andrew is captured while Calia manages to escape. At headquarters, Elias and Damien observe the events unfold. Damien believes Calia has abandoned Andrew, but Elias is confident she will return. True to Elias's prediction, Calia, reflecting on the photo she took of Andrew, decides to go back for him. She attempts to free Andrew, but is captured in the process. The situation turns dire as the humans, now behaving savagely, begin to undress Calia. Witnessing this, Andrew, in a surge of anger empowered by his robotic strength, breaks free and confronts the attackers, stopping only when the group's leader uses Calia as a human shield. Overwhelmed by his actions, Andrew is momentarily distracted, allowing the leader to slash his chest with a machete. Calia reacts quickly, stabbing the leader from behind and killing him. She then helps the injured Andrew to flee. They find a safe place to camp for the night, where Andrew expresses his gratitude to Calia for saving his life twice. The following morning, Calia tries to wake Andrew, but he remains unresponsive. Distraught, she fears he has died. Upon unzipping his jacket, she discovers his true nature. He's a humanoid. Andrew wakes up, equally shocked to see his robotic chest, having believed himself to be human. Calia confronts him about his deception, and Andrew, struggling to comprehend his identity, insists that his feelings for her are genuine. Despite his pleas, Calia decides to leave, unable to trust him any longer. After their tense confrontation, Andrew becomes unconscious and experiences a dream where he sees his own grave. When he wakes up, he finds himself and Calia captured by Damien. Damien tries to extract the location of Aurora from Andrew, but Andrew genuinely doesn't know. Despite Damien's threat to kill Calia, Andrew pleads for her safety, emphasizing his ignorance about Aurora's location. Damien then sedates Andrew, who dreams of his mother. In the dream, his mother reassures him that he's still her son, and encourages him to believe that he is in control of his own identity. Observing the dream, Damien realizes that Andrew's emotions are complicating matters, and decides to reboot Andrew's system to make him behave like the other machines, programmed to kill humans. Upon waking, Andrew, under the influence of the reboot, attacks Calia. In a crucial moment, she kisses him, triggering his adaptive code and reverting him back to his original, more humane self. This unexpected development surprises Damien. Andrew and Calia then attempt to escape the building. They struggle with a stuck exit door, and a killer robot incapacitates Calia. Andrew, however, destroys the robot, breaks the door open, and escapes with Calia just as the building collapses. Damien reports to Elias that Andrew's adaptive algorithm is problematic, but Elias still believes Andrew is the key to finding Aurora. Andrew carries Calia into the woods, where she hugs him and expresses gratitude for saving her life. The two see lights in the sky and a light from the ground, leading Calia to believe that they have finally found Aurora. Arriving at a castle from where the light emerged, they're disheartened to find it empty. Calia's hope is crushed, and she discards her necklace, symbolizing her loss for hope. Damien then confronts them, trying to turn Calia against Andrew by revealing his true nature as a machine. However, Calia's trust in Andrew remains unshaken, and she shoots Damien in the face, only to find out he's a robot too. Damien orders an attack on the castle, and Andrew and Calia take refuge in a sewage tunnel under a bridge. Inside, they find themselves in a control room with the logo from the necklace. Using Andrew's necklace, they activate a machine and discover Aurora isn't a place on Earth, but a planet where humans fled. They realize that they're in a spaceship ready to launch to Aurora. Andrew hesitates to press the launch button, fearing the reaction of the humans on Aurora upon discovering his nature. However, Calia convinces him to join her, assuring him that the humans will recognize his goodness. They launch just in time to avoid the bombs sent by Damien. Upon reaching Aurora, they find a lush planet with advanced cities. Elias, believing Damien's purpose is fulfilled, shuts him off, effectively killing Damien's real body. Calia narrates that although Kronos will come after Aurora, they have a chance with Andrew, a machine more human than anyone else. The movie ends with a fleet heading towards Aurora as Elias proclaims the impending fate of humanity's last survivors. That last part got intense. I was not expecting Damien to be a robot, and it leaves us with a really good cliffhanger. What's the future for Calia and Andrew on Aurora? And is Elias secretly a robot too? Let me know what you think in the comments section below. Thanks for watching this video, guys. If you want to see more movie recaps, then make sure to click one of the videos on screen now. Thanks again for watching, and I'll see you in the next movie recap.